Hello, crafty peeps. Welcome back to my channel, Crafty-ish-kristyn. Today, we're going to be kitting up The Last Supper from Mariella Rinaldi, and it is a canvas from Art and Soul Diamonds. This is my inventory sheet. There are 74,880 diamonds on this canvas. There are 57 colors and 5 ABs. I have already put the stickers on my Art Dot bottles because the sticker sheet was kind of split, and it was a good thing I did that because it was a mess. And I have 2 layers of this 120 bottle case because I have a feeling there are going to be quite a few overflows. Oh, geez, look at that. It's like shoved through there. All right, that is a little too bright. So it's weirdly bright, but it's 6:30 at night. Yeah. It's going to be one of those. Excuse you. Dear, get out of my case, you big poop. So, already have help. That's not a good sign. All right, let's get started. I'm going to keep... you know what? I'm going to move this. This seems a little chaotic. So if you have not, I did an unboxing earlier in the week or a few days ago, or whenever you're watching this, maybe. And it is a big painting. It is 45 centimeters by 122. So it is a little mahoosive, I gotta say. Oh dear. Now, okay, that might be problematic. All right, I'm already causing trouble. Not a good thing. I have my little kitting up trash cat, Munchy Puddin' Trashy Catty. I'm going to put that over there. And I am not drinking a Dr. Pepper. Shocking, because it is 6:30 at night, and I can't drink caffeine this late. Well, I'm drinking, it's called Poppy, and this is the Doc Pop flavor. It's prebiotic soda, so it's basically kind of like sparkling water. I think it's supposed to taste like Dr. Pepper, but it tastes a little weird, but like I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. It's weird. Okay. Oops, sorry. All right. I just realized I am going to need my pen and my extra label stickers. I do have my Bijou Bliss tray. Let's put my Care Bear lunchbox over there. Duncan is helping by walking back and forth. So yes, I already put my stickers on, and I'm glad I did. So, number 1, let's get this started because I am very excited to start working on this. Oh, wow. Bag number 1, and I already am going to need an overflow. Oh dear. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe. I did go through these earlier. Yeah, I'm going to need an overflow. That's the problem with there only being 57 colors, but it being a giant canvas is that a lot of these are going to need an extra. And the one thing, though, that I did notice, because I did have to go through and I static guard every single bag, and I put dryer sheets in some of them, not all of them. The one thing that I would love to see if, improvements are ever made is that the DMC number or the symbol or something else is added onto the bag instead of just the number on the legend, if that makes sense. Because that means I have to have this or the canvas nearby me. Well, I could have used the sticker, but I cut off the first number because if I don't, then they don't fit in the, what do you call them, bottles. Jeez, dude. This is why I don't do this at night, because my brain starts short-circuiting. Oh my gosh. So we have a neighbor and they live across from us, and I swear they come and go from their house so many times a day. And sometimes they have like a box truck, and I swear they come and then just as soon as they come back, then they instantly leave again. And I'm like, what are you people doing? Like, obviously it's their life, do whatever you want, but you know, I'm nosy. I like to know these things. And it's funny because the neighbors that we had before those neighbors, they were kind of the same way, but they actually had a business. They had I think it was a cabinet making business or something. So they actually had a reason, you know, to have a bunch of big trucks coming and going. But I don't think these people do, but I could be wrong. But they're also not very social, so I don't know. But they have a dog. And I don't know what kind of dog he is because I don't know dogs. He kind of looks like maybe okay, this is going to be a mess. What am I doing? Maybe I don't think he's a German Shepherd, but he kind of looks like a German Shepherd. And he chases the fence whenever you come and go out of the driveway. It's so cute. He just runs and runs and runs and runs like he really wants to catch you. And I feel bad because, you know, my car's faster than him. And then I just keep going and, you know, then the game is over. So I like to roll down my window when I drive past him. And I go, you got me, buddy. You got me. Oh, you beat me. You're such a good boy. Because, you know, try to make his day. Oops. Can't even see what I'm doing. All right. We have that one. Probably don't need the lid or that. Yeah, these were pretty staticky. I was looking at them and I was not quite sure what I was going to do. It's like, well, I have the static guard. So I figured it was the time to try the static guard. And I must say that I am pleased so far. All right, there's that. Put that over here. Put that one over there. So I'm keeping my main diamonds with the, you know, the nice labels that have the symbols in this case. And then I'm putting the overflows in this one. So this one, number 5, has quite a few bags. Has 2 bags. Some of them, there's only I think 3 or 4 colors that have 2 bags. Okay. So do those. I hope everybody's having a good day. Today it is Saturday for me. Yeah, it's Saturday. And I have a very, very awesome husband. Very awesome. Because he has taken the children to the arcade fun center place without me. He told me to stay home. Now, I would love to say it's because he's like, oh, no, honey, you've worked so hard, you relax. Part of it is because if I go, I'm a little more chaotic and I get overwhelmed and then I start to get stressed and anxious. So I think it's actually probably easier for him to take them without me. And that's okay. He can stay calmer without worrying about me freaking out. And then I get to stay home and do this with no helpers around. So it's a win-win. What is this person doing? I swear. I normally don't sit here at this time of night at the dining room table, and so I can kind of see out the window, in the front window, and I'm like, this car keeps driving past, and I don't like it. So we have 209. So we have 4 bottles of 209. And so once I get this main bottle empty, then I will just grab a new bottle and swap the nice looking lid for the, you know, handwritten one. is the nice thing about the bottles. Oh, the sun is blinding me. So the high school is having a fundraiser for the freshman class, and so naturally my daughter's like, well, I want to go. It's like, well, you can't really go to the fundraiser. You can't get the discounted ticket, but you can technically go and have fun. But I think she thought she was going to get to hang out with her brother and all of his friends. It's like, no, sorry about that, but he gets to see his friends, and you can hang out. And 310 has 2 bags as well. And my husband said, he goes, well, if it starts to get lame, or we run out of things to do, he goes, then I'll just take her to the mall. And when you go to the mall with a child, they're going to expect to get things. I was like, well, you won't be leaving there under $100, that's for sure. She's got expensive taste. She takes after her mother. We actually went to breakfast. Of course, my cat's scratching at the closet door. Awesome. We went to breakfast, and because the kids' spring breaks were different, super helpful. And so we went to breakfast after we took the teenager to school, and then we went to Fred Meyer afterwards, and I needed a few groceries, but they have a jewelry store. And I was like, ooh, I want to go look at the sparkly stuff. So we looked at the jewelry, and so she's asking all these questions of the poor jewelry store lady. And the lady she was a good sport. She's like, so what can I buy with $4? And the lady's like, I don't think you can buy anything here for $4. And she's like, okay, what's the least expensive thing in this store? And I think the lady said there was maybe a sterling silver chain or something that was $85. And she's like, oh, well, I don't have $85. And I'm like, and I'm not buying you an $85 chain, considering I've purchased, jewelry from Claire's boutique that we don't know where that jewelry is. So, no, sorry. But no, thank you. And I said, if you want to do some chores, you want to earn some money, and you want to come back and buy something, then go for it. But I am not spending money on real gold or gemstones for that. Nope. Okay, this is 310. 310. I really don't like Fred Meyer. It's too big. It's too confusing for me. Which sounds stupid, but it's too chaotic in there. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I always feel very overwhelmed when I go there because, number one, they have clothes, they have electronics, they have books, they have magazines, they have, more health and beauty stuff than that, the grocery store. Then they have clothes, and they have toys, and they have, some home improvement stuff. They have, garden stuff. They have so much of everything. And then they have groceries. And the problem with what am I doing? That is not the right one. The problem with the grocery area is I have no idea how the person who designed the layout of any of the Fred Meyers around us did it. It's very confusing. It's very chaotic. Like, I would think that bread, like the store-bought bread, like the bread that comes in the pre-bags, like Wonder Bread and stuff like that, I would think that would be by the bakery department because it's bread. It's not. It's in the middle of the store. So I'm like, okay, well, I need rolls. Well, they don't have any in the bakery, so I got to go to check out the middle of the store area. Or the meat is just weird, and the refrigerated stuff is all over the place. Sharky, get down from there. He's on my kitchen counter. So yeah, I don't like Fred Meyer. Some people love it, and I don't know. It gives me anxiety, which is probably why my husband was like, you just stay home today, because you're just going to get all pissy and be unpleasant to be around at the family arcade center place. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. So I will work on this instead. So we have number 12. I will say I am liking the static guarded, and I did put dryer sheets in some of these that were really bouncy, like that little dryer sheet right there. When I was growing up, we had some, well, my mom and dad had friends, obviously, and they had a Last Supper painting in their living room. You know, maybe it was like dining living area, you know what I mean? Oh, see. I think it was the dining area, but you know, you could see it from the living room. And I remember always looking at it and thinking that it was super fancy, right? Like, I mean, they weren't, you know, they weren't fancy people. You know, they were average, everyday people. But for some reason, I thought that the Last Supper painting hanging on their wall meant that they were fancy. I don't know why. Things we think as a child. And it was, I think it was, I don't know if I'm remembering it wrong, but I swear that it was one of those velvet paintings that were popular, you know, in like the 70s. Is it 70s or the 80s? I think it was velvet. I really do. And that just made it fancier instantly. And so I always remember looking at it and being like, obviously these people are you know, better than everyone else because they have this painting in their house. Then I'm like, oh, it's an actual, you know, like it's a real painting. It's a historical painting. I just thought they had a picture of the Last Supper. And I had no concept of what the Last Supper was, that it was a famous painting by a famous artist. You know, I was like, well, they have a picture of, I think it was Jesus and all of his people. So, you know, they're good. Yeah. So whenever I would see it growing up, you know, later, I would always think of them. And when I started diamond painting, I saw some of the littler ones, you know, like you can get on Amazon, AliExpress, etc. But I'm like, no, I just like that's a painting that fancy people are going to have. So it needs to be, you know, a good high quality detailed painting, because that was my main thing, was that, you know, it was a big, the painting in my brain was a big painting, and it had, you know, lots of detail. And so these little, you know, 30 by 40 paintings, like you can't get that detail in there. You just can't. Then I saw a unboxing or something, and it was from Jada Gem Shop, and it was the Last Supper. And I was like, oh my gosh. And, you know, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm going to be into this diamond painting thing for very long, because I do have a history of switching crafts. So I put it off, and I'm like, no. And then I kept seeing it pop up, and I would check the site, and I'd be like, I don't know, it's so big. And I do like the option because you can have it cropped, which is nice. So it can be a little less big, because I think the biggest one is 60 by 240 centimeters, which is massive. I mean, holy moly. I would worry I wouldn't ever be able to finish that, or have the, you know, the brain power to finish it, I should say. So I did finally get it. I haven't gotten it yet because Jada Gem Shop takes a while to get your stuff. And it does say that on the website, so I am not knocking them. But, you know, it's hard when other companies, you know, they have faster shipping, and so you kind of get the instant gratification, and then you get something new, and then you want to work on that. But so I did order that one, but I ordered this one after I ordered the Jada Gem Shop one, because I saw this one and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a colorful Last Supper. Now, it may not be fancy, but it's colorful and happy. So I thought, well, I'm going to be double fancy with my pinky up because I'm going to have 2 Last Supper diamond paintings in my house. Whenever I, finish them, obviously, because I have so many paintings that I want to do, as we all, I'm sure, do. But this one has a lot of color blocking, which I'm normally not a fan of. But I think on something this big, it will be a benefit. Because I may actually be able to finish it in a decent amount of time. And I can use that as kind of a palette cleanser in between some of the more confetti heavy paintings that I do have going on at the moment. Okay, I am loving the static guard. Seriously, these were so sticky. They are not doing anything to me. And the sun, oh my gosh, I can see the sun on the screen. Well, most of you don't actually watch it, so. It is bright though. Isn't it funny how like things that, we remember as a kid, then when we remember back as an adult, it's kind of like, oh, yeah. Because I remember these friends, they were my parents' friends, and everybody knew them, everybody thought of them as family. And when I was a kid, we would call them, Uncle Bill and stuff like that. Well, my mom said, I don't remember this, but my mom said that I was so outraged when I discovered that he was not, in fact, my real uncle, because I had always known him as Uncle Bill. Everybody called him Uncle Bill. So why would we call him Uncle Bill if he's not our uncle? I just figured he, had a big family and we were all his family. No. I was not happy that I was not, in fact, an actual blood relative. But, I got over it. But they always had one of those houses that just, it was always anyone's welcome, like whenever. Come in, make yourself comfortable. Yeah, the house was outdated and, the furniture's worn and, there's scuff marks on the walls but I mean, it felt like a safe place. And I was always, I never felt like I was unsafe growing up. I was very lucky. I know a lot of people don't have that luxury of having, a childhood or, something like that. But it was always just somewhere where everyone was welcome. They would always have barbecues and the more the merrier. But his wife was in a wheelchair, and she had been in a wheelchair for, I don't know, I think as long as I was alive. And there was one time where she could use, like, I think she could use the left side of her body or the right side of her body. So she couldn't use one arm and one leg, but she could, scoot around the house in her wheelchair, and she could, go to the bathroom and, get like a drink and stuff like that. But she couldn't be left alone for, a very long period of time. But she was, competent and somewhat self-sufficient. And there was one time, sorry, I'm just making sure that I have the right numbers. Okay. There was one time, I guess, when I was younger, and she wanted to go down. Their house was not very wheelchair friendly in the backyard. So they had like a little covered patio, but you had to go down this really, really, really steep hill ramp thing. And she told me to push her down this ramp. And this was not like a gradual ramp. No. It was like vertical. I mean, it was ridiculous. And she was not a small person. I mean, she wasn't like 6 feet tall, but, for a 10-year-old girl who has no strength, probably should not have been pushing anyone down a vertical ramp in a wheelchair. So I was just doing what I was told. So I tried pushing her down the ramp, and yeah, she fell out of the chair, but she fell. I think I was trying to go backwards. So she pushed me down the the ramp, and the chair kind of landed on me, and she landed on me, and she thought it was hysterical. I mean, it wasn't hurt, but she was laughing so hard that they couldn't get her up because she was laughing so like hysterically. She was just cracking up because she thought it was hilarious that I had, knocked her down and she fell. So I wasn't allowed to push her in the wheelchair again after that. Yeah. Nor did I even want to attempt it. Because I was a little emotionally scarred from that because I thought I had hurt her. Meanwhile, I was the one who got, flattened by the wheelchair and the, 200-pound lady. But it was fine. Everybody was fine. Everybody had a good laugh about it. But yeah, I was not allowed to be in charge of pushing the wheelchair after that. I could do it on a flat surface, but I was not allowed to take her outside. So when we would also go camping when I was a little kid. Okay, that is all right. Hang on, I gotta close this shade because I cannot see. Let's see. Well, that helps my eyes, but it still looks the same on camera, shockingly. We would go camping when they would come. We would go at everybody, the whole friend group would go. And my mom and dad liked to leave a day or two earlier than most of the people did. And they would go early, and they would go early with Uncle Bill and his wife. And so we would kind of be like the first to set up camp and all that jazz. And I remember sitting in their motorhome, and I thought their motorhome was fancier than ours because now they were both motorhomes from, the 70s and 80s, so they were not fancy. But their motorhome curtains had, what are they called? Dingle balls, the little balls on the curtain things. I thought it was fancier because it had the dingle balls, and I was mad that our motorhome was dingle ball less. Yeah. So that was always kind of funny. I'm like, oh, theirs is so much nicer. I want to go sit in their motorhome because they have the dingle balls. But and it's funny because I have not camped in many a year because I would need a motorhome to camp in at this point in my life. I am not sleeping outside. No, thank you. But when we first started going camping, when I was a little kid, we didn't have a motorhome. We would go in a tent, and sometimes some of the other people, like I had, people who had other kids and stuff, sometimes they would let me sleep in their motorhomes if it was cold out, which I very much appreciated because I am always cold. And then I remember we finally, like my mom and dad bought a motorhome, and it was, it was not a new, state of the art trailer, it was bare bones, but it was so much nicer to pee inside than it was to pee outside that it didn't even matter. It was like, I don't care if this whole motorhome is brown and hideous. It was an improvement. But I think my mom and dad actually sold that. They sold the old one. We used to call it the Velveeta cheese box because it kind of looked like a box of Velveeta. And then my dad decided he wanted to upgrade and get a newer motorhome. Could you not lick the curtain, please? He's licking the window shade. And so they got this newer motorhome. I mean, and it was like, it was like driving a Mercedes compared to the hoop-de-doo like ghetto car that they had been driving previously. It had like seats that like you picked them up and like you pulled out and it turned into a bed, and like had swivel chairs. It was like, oh my gosh. But it was funny because I think, could be wrong, but I think that motorhome cost more than what my mom and dad paid for their house when they bought their house, when they first got married, which is depressing. I mean, they only paid, I mean, granted, they only paid like $20,000 for their first house, which now in the area that their house is in, yeah, let's just say houses go for a lot more than $20,000. It's ridiculous. But I think the motorhome when they bought it was, wait, that's not right. 936? No, that's 938. 938. Hello. I would have realized it. But I think the motorhome was like maybe $33,000, which nowadays is not that much money either. But it's just kind of funny because I remember my dad going, "That's more than our house cost." It's like, yeah, that's crazy that, but I mean, everything's expensive. Okay, this one is gonna need another container as well. It's always kind of annoying when just have a little bit left, but it's all right. I will top them off sooner rather than later, so then hopefully I can get rid of the second tray. Because especially to painting like this, I will just have my one tray in my blue IKEA rolly cart, and I'll put the extra diamonds on a shelf, like the bottom shelf of my desk. And then if I need to swap them out, swap them out, then I will just, trade them and trade the bottles and then put them back. Otherwise, I got too many things out at once. Okay, let's see. Whoa, spilling all over. All right, we're already at number 40. I'm telling you, that static art. That is a winner chicken dinner. Speaking of chicken dinner, we had beef stew tonight. I know you thought I was going to say chicken, but I didn't. It's always nice when everyone in the family actually kind of likes what you make for dinner. Makes you feel accomplished. So, I didn't get any complaints except for that it was too hot. But that's not my fault because I had to cook it. And normally I am death with potatoes and carrots. I cannot for the life of me get them to cook at the same rate, or it doesn't matter if I try to time it just perfectly. It doesn't matter at all. I either overcook or undercook one of them, and both were cooked exactly how they were supposed to be cooked. I was like, that never happens. Usually something is still raw. It's never the meat though. I always make sure to cook the meat all the way, but usually it's the potatoes. For some reason, I have the worst luck with cooking potatoes. 9, 7, 8. Some of these do not have very many colors. I mean, not many drills in the colors. 30. And I am trying to go and look at my little sheet to make sure that this number and the DMC number on there match up. Come on. There is that. I told my husband not to stab anyone tonight. It's not the best area where this place is. The mall that's nearby, static. tends to have a lot of gang activity, which, like, could you not go to the mall, please? Just because it's a Saturday night and, you know, people are freaking nuts. So please, please and thank you. I'm sure people go every day and they're just fine. So I am just a worrier. That is what I do. I worry. I don't know what I'm going to do when my kids start driving and then I have to like worry about them out driving and, you know, being out without me. And yeah, nope. Don't even want to think about that right now. Nope, 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 nope. 3072. That is number 40. Nope. 45. See, I almost screwed that one up. Hopefully I would have noticed that this is kind of a teal color and this is teal diamonds instead of dark brown. Hopefully. There's that. There's that. Okay. That looks more like that color. I probably need an extra one of those. That's pretty full. 3371. Whoa. Where's my dryer sheet? I probably don't need to keep the dryer sheet in there, but I'm going to. Because you never know. Sometimes I feel like the drills can be staticky and then you get rid of the static and then all of a sudden it'll just be back. So I ain't taking any chances. Let's write on the lid before we put that one away. 3371. Ooh, my handwriting is atrocious. Okay, then we have 3740. 3740. 47. Number 47. Oh, that one's going to need at least two. I just realized I have ice cream in my freezer and I have no one here to judge me eating it. Not that, you know, not that I care. I mean, but still, I don't have to, let's put it this way, I don't have to share it with anyone. Although it is just vanilla, which is kind of sad, honestly. I mean, I'll eat it. I just won't enjoy it as much as if it was, you know, peanut butter and chocolate ice cream. But I'll live. All right, 3740. Look at you, Munchy Puddin' Trashy Catty. I just realized he has garbage in him from the last kitting up that I did. I will make sure I empty him today. Okay, let's see, 3847. Wait, that's, nope, that's not that one. My bag got a little mixed up back here, so I kind of knew towards the end I probably screwed everything up. Wait, no, 3847. Oh, I skipped. Okay, okay, I messed up. It's fine. You're not watching me anyways. It's fine. 3847, and then this is 3814. Okay. Go in there, you little buggers. I cannot wait to start on this because I know that the drills are lovely. Because the drills on the Care Bear canvas looked just like these and they were very, very, very nice. Let's close that up. There's that. There is that. I did not do any static guard or dryer sheets with the ABs, but they did not seem to be sticking. I feel like maybe the coating on the ABs makes it so they're less problematic, maybe? I don't know. We have 3865. That is 3865. That is the white. That is number 51. Oh yes, we are going to need some extras for that. Okay, there's that. Did not close that one up very nicely. Yeesh. That'd have been ugly. Okay. Let's do you, little friend. Here's that. Come on. Get that. Ah! Get the dryer sheet. Put it in there just because we have that. We'll probably put a little bit more in that one. So I'll try to close this up. There's that. Try to get them as full as possible so I don't have to have another. I mean, I have the bottles, it's not. Whoa. Well, that's a mess. Okay. All right. Let's put that there. Pour some of those in there so I don't completely spill those when I open that one up. And then we will go like this. Clean up that, clean up that, clean up that. I have a hard time using this pink tray when I diamond paint. I don't know why. I think it's just, I don't know if it's not that dark, but for some reason my brain thinks of it as being dark. And I don't know if it's just because most of the time when I diamond paint, it's at night. And so, I don't know. It shouldn't matter. But for some reason, I don't find myself reaching for this tray. Now, maybe if I was doing like really white sections, then maybe. Here's 52. And that is our last regular color. Nice. All right, we are into the ABs now. So pretty. So pretty. Let's see. Probably don't need, whoa. Probably don't need ones with labels. I'm pretty sure I can tell which one is the purple AB when there's only one purple AB. Go in there. Oh, don't waste the ABs. I don't think this one came with the option of Pixie or the Soul Dust, the Fairy Dust, you know, equivalents. I don't think this one had that option, but I think the rest of the canvases that I got in that order, I think I did choose the Soul Dust, but I haven't actually opened any of those up yet because I swear every time I open something, then I'm like, I need to kit that up right now. And I can only have so many things kitted up before I start to feel overwhelmed. Because once I have this, as of today, when I'm filming this, I still have the Bella Art Diamond. I still have the Care Bear. I have a little mini canvas from Fallon Gems. Then I have the two conversions. Then we'll have this 606. Which one is 606? That's 54. Oh, that's this one. And then I will have the canvases that Joe made me. There's 5 little canvases. I don't have those kitted up yet, but I do have the diamonds for them. So I need to do that. Well, I don't have all of the specials yet. Oh dear. Okay, we're just gonna pour that out. So yeah, I really should not be kitting anything else big up. There is, I'm gonna keep that there. And we're gonna put a lid on that one. And then pour those in there. And then we have, ooh, these, probably 2 more, realistically. Whoa, hey, don't be trying to escape. Okay, there's that one. This one is, it's like an orangey red. I like it. I thought about potentially swapping some other, oh my gosh, other colors out for maybe like, you know, fairy dust kind of substitutions. But then I was like, no, because I don't know. I always worry I'm going to ruin it or I'm not going to be happy with it, but I'm also going to be lazy. And so I won't want to take what I've done off and reconfigure it. Okay, so I don't think I need to put labels on those. I think I should be able to figure out that that is the orangey red AB. And this is our 666 AB. These are a little dusty, the ABs are. Oops, I'll just stick you in there. But that's okay. Definitely need a second bottle. Put that one lid on so I don't spill them and make a mess. Not tricking me, 666. Nice try. Nope. Not today, Satan. Not today. It's my least favorite color. I really don't like the 666. The fact that it's red, it's just, like, no. Don't like it. We have the 740 AB, which is a nice orange. I feel like this is a really popular AB color. The 740. There's no white ABs in this, though. Kind of surprising. I know a lot of companies will do the white ABs is always white AB. There's no white AB in this. And I'm okay with that. I'd rather have fun colors than the white. Oh, blue. You just go in there. It's fine. And I don't need to label that one because, again, it's fairly obvious that this is the turquoise AB. There is that. So all of my, let's see. Let's put that right there. Put that right there. Put the tray stopper in. Excuse me, Munchy Puddin' Trashy Catty. That is the garbage. So I have my, I have my drills and then my spares. I diamond paint by symbol. A lot of times I will do alphabet first, but because number 1 through 9 is already in order, I am going to leave it like that. Next is alphabet. So I did see some lowercase letters, which means this is going to get messed up a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so we had big A, and then we have little a. We have C, D, E, F, backwards G. I will leave that there. We have big H. Then we have little h. So that needs to move. And then H, there's no I, but there is J, and then K, and then L, And then M. Let's make sure there's no other little letters before I go too far. Okay, then we have N, O, P, no Q, but we do have R. This is not an S. Then we have big T, then we have little t, then we have U, then we have V. And then we don't have any W's, but we do have X, we do have Y, and then we have backwards Z. Now, the rest of these I'm going to take out because, oh, well, sometimes I might put that with M, but I did not. I am just going to put that in color order for then, because obviously I did not, and that's okay. So we have our numbers and then our letters. So now what I will do is go by the color on the sticker label, because there aren't a lot of like lines or dashes, but there aren't a lot of circles, or there aren't a lot of arrows or triangles. So for some companies, that's how I organize after the numbers and the letters. But these are a little more organic symbols, if that makes sense. So I am going to go by symbol color. So I will start with reds. And sometimes the reds and the browns get a little muddled on the canvas, but that's okay. I learn where they are fairly quickly. Then we have orange. This will probably look orange with my light pad on, so I'm going to put it with the oranges. There is no yellow. There is green, so we're going to put green, green. Then we will do teal, teal. That is a blue, but that may look white, and if it does, I will move it around after the fact. And then we have purple, purple, purple. That looks purple. This will probably look a little purpley. This is 939, but it will look black on the canvas, so I'm going to keep it with the black. Oh, here's a green. See, I knew that was going to happen. Okay, move everybody down. It's all right. And that's what I love about the bottles, because you can move them around very easily. I don't think I could use the ones that are attached to each other, because I would screw up. I know I would. Okay, let's do brown. 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 And then we have white. And then I have 3 bottles left in here. I will just leave those there because I will use one of them as a trash drill container. And I mean, I could put one of these in there, but yeah, that's good enough for me, guys. So that is it. We are all kitted up for the Last Supper. I will make sure to do a whip and chatty rant with this canvas after this kitting up goes up, so I'm not like, or at least unboxing, probably just the unboxing because I'm impatient. So but that is that. If you are still here and you enjoyed this, please consider liking, subscribing, sharing, hearting, farting, doing all the things. I have a Facebook group. I will have it in the description box below. I do have a few Pippy the Crafty Peep stickers. There's a Google Doc if you would like one before she gets retired and gets replaced by something else. And I think that is it. I will see you guys next time. Big awkward hugs. Bye, guys.